Let me take you deeper into something that sits at the very core of a man's heart: respect. Not applause. Not surface compliments, not empty praise spoken in public but withdrawn in private. Respect. There is a difference between admiration and respect. Admiration claps for what a man does. Respect honors who he is. Every man carries within him a God-given desire to lead, to protect, to provide, to build. That desire is not arrogance, it is design, and when that design is recognized and honored, something powerful awakens inside him. But when it is dismissed, mocked, or constantly questioned, something inside him begins to shut down. You can give a man luxury and still leave him empty. You can give him comfort and still leave him insecure. But when you give him respect, you give him strength. Respect speaks in tone. It shows in body language. It is revealed in how disagreements are handled. It does not mean silence when something is wrong. It does not mean blind agreement. It means addressing conflict without contempt. It means correcting without crushing. It means speaking truth without stripping dignity. When a woman says, "I trust your judgment," she builds him. When she says, "I believe in you," she fuels him. When she says, "I appreciate what you do for us," she validates his effort. Those words are not small. They are seeds, and seeds grow. A respected man will work harder. He will love deeper. He will protect fiercer. Not because he is controlled, but because he is empowered. Understand this clearly. Disrespect does not motivate a man to improve. It pushes him to withdraw. Constant criticism becomes a weight too heavy to carry. Sarcasm becomes a wound that lingers long after the words fade. Public embarrassment becomes a scar on his pride. But respect becomes wind beneath his wings. When he knows that the woman beside him honors him even when he falls short, even when he is learning, even when he is fighting unseen battles, that loyalty of honor creates a bond that cannot easily be broken. Respect is not about superiority. It is about value. It says, "I see your effort." It says, "I acknowledge your responsibility." It says, "I choose to treat you with dignity." And here is the powerful truth: when a woman consistently shows respect, she does not diminish herself. She elevates the entire relationship, because respect given often becomes respect returned. It creates an atmosphere where both can thrive, where communication is safe, and where love grows stronger instead of weaker. A man may not always say it out loud. Pride may keep him silent, but deep within, he longs for that steady affirmation that he matters, that he is capable, that he is trusted. When a woman understands the power of respect, she holds a key, not a key to control him, but a key to inspire him. And an inspired man is capable of extraordinary things. And now let me speak to something that many overlook, but every man feels: the deep hunger for peace. The world he walks through every day is loud. It is demanding. It is competitive. There are expectations at work, financial responsibilities at home, silent comparisons in society, and constant pressure to succeed. He may not voice the stress, he may not describe the weight, but he carries it. So when he steps into his relationship, he is not searching for another storm. He is searching for shelter. Peace is not weakness. Peace is strength under control. Peace is maturity that refuses to turn every disagreement into a battlefield. Peace is the ability to pause before reacting, to listen before accusing, to understand before attacking. A man wants to feel that home is a safe place, a place where he can exhale, a place where he can admit he is tired without being judged, a place where he can speak openly without fear that his vulnerability will be used against him later. Constant drama exhausts him. Emotional unpredictability confuses him. When every small issue becomes a crisis, when every conversation turns into confrontation, he begins to withdraw, not because he does not care, but because he does not know how to fight battles on every front. But when a woman carries a spirit of calm assurance, she creates something powerful. Her presence becomes grounding. Her tone becomes steady. Her wisdom becomes stabilizing. She does not ignore problems, but she addresses them with composure. She does not suppress emotions, but she expresses them with control. Peace does not mean the absence of disagreement. It means the presence of understanding. When conflict arises, and it will, peace says, let's solve this together. Peace says, we are not enemies. Peace says this relationship is more important than winning this argument. A peaceful woman brings balance to a man's life. When he feels overwhelmed, her steadiness becomes strength. When he feels uncertain, her calm confidence reassures him. When he feels attacked by the world, her gentleness restores him. And hear this clearly, peace is not passivity. It takes strength to remain calm when emotions are high. It takes wisdom to choose the right words instead of the loudest ones. It takes self-control to prioritize harmony over ego. A relationship filled with peace becomes fertile ground for growth. Dreams can be discussed without tension. Plans can be made without fear. Vulnerability can be shared without shame. When a man knows that he is coming home to understanding rather than interrogation, to encouragement rather than chaos, to calm rather than constant criticism, his heart settles. And a settled heart loves more freely. Peace is powerful. It does not shout, but it changes everything. Let me speak now about something that reaches into the deepest chambers of a man's heart. Loyalty. Loyalty is more than staying. It is standing firm when standing firm is not easy. It is commitment when circumstances shift. It is faithfulness not only in public celebration, but in private struggle. Every man will face seasons of strength and seasons of weakness. There will be days when he feels unstoppable, and there will be days when he questions himself. In those moments, what steadies him is knowing that the woman beside him is not evaluating whether to remain. She has already decided. Loyalty says, I am with you when the spotlight shines, but it also says, I am with you when the lights go out. The world today treats relationships as disposable. When difficulty appears, people exit. When emotions fluctuate, commitment fades. But loyalty refuses to be governed by temporary feelings. Loyalty is anchored in covenant, not convenience. A man wants to know that his partner will not publicly undermine him. He wants to know that private conversations stay private. He wants to know that disagreements will not become public humiliation. Loyalty guards his dignity, and understand this clearly, loyalty builds security. When a man feels secure in his relationship, he becomes more confident in every other area of his life. He takes bolder steps. He dreams bigger dreams. He works harder. Why? Because he is not wasting emotional energy wondering if the ground beneath him is stable. Disloyalty, even in small forms, creates cracks, constant comparisons to other men, speaking negatively about him to friends or family, threatening to leave during every argument. These things slowly erode trust, but loyalty strengthens trust. It says, I will not abandon you when we disagree. It says, I will defend you even when you are not in the room. It says, I am invested in us. Loyalty does not ignore faults. It addresses them with love instead of betrayal. It corrects without exposing. It supports without enabling wrong. It stands firm without becoming blind. When a man knows that his partner is faithful in heart, in word, and in action, something inside him relaxes. He does not have to compete for her devotion. He does not have to question her commitment. He knows. And that knowledge becomes strength. Loyalty transforms a relationship from fragile to fortified. It creates a bond that is not shaken by rumors, not fractured by temporary setbacks, not destroyed by outside pressure. A loyal woman does not just walk beside a man in good weather. She anchors him in the storm, and when storms pass, and they always do, the bond forged through loyalty becomes unbreakable. And now, let us go deeper into something that separates ordinary relationships from extraordinary ones: partnership. A man does not merely want someone to watch his life unfold. He wants someone to walk in it with him. Not from a distance, not from the sidelines, but shoulder to shoulder. Partnership means shared vision. It means understanding that a relationship is not a competition for control, but a collaboration for growth. When two people are pulling in opposite directions, progress becomes impossible. But when they align their hearts, their values, and their goals, momentum begins to build. A man wants a woman who believes in the dream, even when the dream is still forming. He wants someone who sees potential when others see limitation. Someone who says, "We can build this," instead of "You cannot handle this." Partnership means involvement. It means asking questions about his goals. It means caring about his challenges. It means celebrating his wins as if they are shared victories, because they are. When he succeeds, the relationship succeeds. When he struggles, the relationship supports. And hear this clearly: partnership is not dependence. It is not one carrying the other. It is two strong individuals choosing to move in the same direction. Strength does not intimidate real partnership. Strength enhances it. A man wants to feel that his efforts matter to someone who understands the journey. He wants to know that decisions are discussed, that plans are built together, that the future is not a solo project. He does not want to feel isolated in responsibility. True partnership also requires communication, honest conversations, listening without interrupting, advising without belittling, encouraging without controlling. A wise partner knows when to speak and when to support quietly. When a woman stands as a partner, she becomes part of the strategy, part of the solution, part of the success. She offers insight. She offers perspective. She offers wisdom that sharpens his own thinking. And there is power in unity. When two people move as one, challenges that once seemed overwhelming become manageable. Doubts that once felt heavy become lighter. Goals that once felt distant begin to feel reachable. A man does not want to feel alone in building his life. He wants to know someone is invested in the journey, not just the outcome. He wants someone who celebrates the process, not only the applause at the end. Partnership says, "Your mission matters to me." Partnership says, "Your burdens are not yours alone." Partnership says, "We rise together." When a woman chooses to be a true partner, she does not lose her identity. She strengthens the union, and a united couple becomes a force that adversity struggles to break. And now let me speak to something that cuts through pretense and performance: authenticity. In a world filled with filters, curated images, and carefully constructed personas, what a man truly longs for is real. Not perfection, not performance, real. He does not want to feel like he is in a constant audition. He does not want to wonder which version of the person beside him is the truth. Authenticity creates clarity, and clarity builds trust. A man wants to know that the smile is genuine, that the laughter is sincere, that the emotions expressed are honest and not strategic. When transparency is present, confusion fades. He can relax into the relationship without second-guessing motives. Pretending to be someone else may attract attention for a moment, but it cannot sustain connection for a lifetime. Sooner or later, the mask becomes heavy, and when it falls, disappointment follows. Authenticity says, "This is who I am." It is confident without arrogance. It is humble without insecurity. It does not chase approval by reshaping itself to fit every expectation. A man values emotional honesty. If something hurts, say it with grace. If something brings joy, express it freely. If something causes concern, communicate it clearly. Silence breeds misunderstanding, games breed frustration. But honesty, spoken with wisdom, builds intimacy. When a woman is authentic, she becomes safe, safe to talk to, safe to confide in, safe to trust, and safety is priceless in a relationship. Authenticity also means consistency, the same heart in public and in private, the same respect in a crowd and in conversation alone. That steadiness reassures him that what he sees is what he receives. And understand this, authenticity is strength. It takes courage to be real in a world that rewards imitation. It takes confidence to stop comparing and start embracing your uniqueness. A woman who is secure in her identity does not compete with other women, does not measure herself against impossible standards, does not constantly seek validation. She knows her worth. When a man sees that security, it draws him closer, because insecurity often creates tension, but security creates stability. Authenticity says, I am not here to impress you with illusion. I am here to build something real, and something real can withstand pressure. Something real can survive disagreement. Something real can grow over time. A relationship rooted in authenticity does not have to be perfect. It just has to be honest. And honesty, wrapped in love and guided by wisdom, becomes the foundation upon which lasting connection is built. And now we come to the foundation beneath it all, character. Beauty may capture attention, but character captures destiny. Charm may open a door, but character determines whether the house stands when the storm comes. And storms will come. No relationship escapes testing. No life avoids difficulty. When pressure rises, what holds everything together is not appearance, not emotion, not excitement. It is character. A man wants a woman whose values are steady. A woman whose integrity does not shift with the crowd. A woman who does what is right, not what is popular. Because when he looks at her, he is not just seeing who she is today. He is seeing who she will be 10, 20, 30 years from now. Character is consistency when no one is watching. It is honesty when deception would be easier. It is faithfulness in thought as well as action. It is kindness in moments when anger would be justified. A woman of character guards her words. She understands that once spoken, words cannot be retrieved. She chooses wisdom over impulse. She chooses patience over reaction. She chooses principle over pressure. And understand this clearly. Character creates trust, and trust is the currency of every lasting relationship. Without trust, love becomes fragile. With trust, love becomes resilient. A man wants to know that the woman beside him can handle responsibility, that she can manage challenges with maturity, that she can face adversity without collapsing. Strength of character does not mean she never struggles. It means she stands back up with dignity when she does. When a woman possesses compassion, she softens hard seasons. When she possesses discipline, she stabilizes uncertain times. When she possesses faith, she anchors the relationship during doubt. Character also means self-respect. A woman who honors herself teaches others how to honor her. She sets healthy boundaries. She does not tolerate disrespect, and she does not give it. She understands her value is not determined by temporary approval, but by lasting principles. And when a man sees that depth, when he recognizes that her beauty is matched by integrity, that her emotions are guided by wisdom, that her love is supported by moral strength, he sees something rare. Because character outlasts trends, it survives hardship, it grows stronger through experience. When feelings fluctuate, character remains. When attraction shifts, character steadies. When challenges arise, character responds with courage instead of panic. A woman of character becomes a pillar, not controlling, not overpowering, but steady, dependable, trustworthy. And when a man knows that the foundation beneath his relationship is built on integrity, faith, compassion, and wisdom, he rests with confidence, because he understands that what they are building is not temporary. It is anchored in something strong enough to endure. So when you gather all of this together, respect, peace, loyalty, partnership, authenticity, and character, you begin to see the full picture. What every man wants is not complicated, but it is profound. He does not merely want attraction. He wants admiration rooted in respect. He does not merely want excitement. He wants stability rooted in peace. He does not merely want company. He wants commitment rooted in loyalty. He does not merely want affection. He wants alignment rooted in partnership. He does not merely want charm. He wants honesty rooted in authenticity. And above all, he does not merely want beauty. He wants strength rooted in character. Because at the end of the day, a man is not searching for perfection. He is searching for connection. He is searching for someone who understands that relationships are not built on feelings alone, but on values, vision, and virtue. When a woman brings these qualities into a relationship, she does more than capture his attention, she secures his trust. She does more than inspire his emotions. She strengthens his purpose. She becomes the calm in his chaos, the courage in his doubt, the anchor in his storm. And when two people choose to honor these principles together, they create something rare in this generation. Something stable, something powerful, something lasting. That is what every man truly wants. And that is what builds a love that stands the test of time.